Hey everyone, Sam here. Before we start the video, I just want to say I'm starting a new format that's adding on to the original Sam's Quarantine News. Disclaimer, this is not starting a whole new series. This is just a pilot episode to see if I like this format. Be sure to let me know what you think about the new format in the comments below. Anyways, without further ado, enjoy the video. It's the late morning show with Sam Stavchansky. Okay, enjoy the show, everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to the late morning show. I am your host, Sam Stavchansky, and this is what Sam's Quarantine News is now. So after I became super popular, I wanted to make something big. So I decided to copy Seth Meyers next. As you can see in the runtime of this video is much longer than any of the Sam's Quarantine News videos I've put out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the news. So, the Emmy nominations came out recently, and there's some very surprising ones. Like, Netflix got nominated 160 times. That's insane. Like, where are my 160 Emmys? But the nominations aren't the big thing this year. For the drama category, half the nominations are streaming platform exclusives. This is a pretty big moment in television history. Everyone already kinda knew that streaming platforms were bigger than cable television, but this basically confirms it. Also, I'm allowed to make this joke because I'm on YouTube, not a network. Congress finally decided to grill the CEOs of tech's big four at once, making this the nerdiest Congress hearing in US history. Just kidding, I can't make nerd jokes, I play chess for fun. No, but for real, it was kinda awkward. Just like every other time Congress gets involved with big tech companies. It was pretty standard though, you know, conservatives from Florida didn't know how emails work, the Zuck was looking as robotic as ever. So about 2 weeks ago, we talked about how the US government was gonna ban TikTok. Recently, Trump has gotten involved in this whole TikTok situation too. Well, a couple of weeks ago, his administration said that they wanted to ban the app. Trump changed his mind on it this last Monday. He said that he wants an American company to buy the US operations of the app. And it turns out that the company that's most likely gonna buy it is Microsoft. This was not expected and it really surprised me. Now for a quick PSA. Fellow middle schoolers, and I know you're watching this because I was in this magazine. Microsoft is out to get us. First they buy Minecraft and now TikTok? They are obviously trying to ruin our lives. What's next? They're gonna make us sign in with a Microsoft account to watch TikToks? PSA mode over. Also, Microsoft might have already bought the app by the time this episode is out. Who knows? So, I didn't talk about this when it happened, but about a month ago, many celebrities on Twitter got hacked, including Elon Musk and former President Barack Obama. The hackers scammed celebrity followers out of $120,000 of Bitcoin. As expected, the government started investigating this. And as it turns out, the 3 people that did it were 2 college-age guys from England and a 17-year-old kid from Tampa, Florida. And come on, someone in Florida doing something bad in this pandemic? That's ridiculous. You know, sometimes I want to talk about the stock market on this show, but I can't because it moves way too fast nowadays. Like, at the time that I'm writing this, probably about a week ago, Apple is the most valued company in the world, but that could completely change when this episode comes out. So I'm not gonna really talk about it. Let's talk about anti-maskers instead. As it turns out, America isn't the only one with crazy anti-maskers. Germany just had a huge march in Berlin, with protesters yelling, "Masks make us slaves." This just shows how similar the United States is to other countries, even if we think we're different. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's still there. Recently, Michelle Obama started a podcast, which is pretty cool. Just like Joe Rogan, she signed exclusively with Spotify. So rip Apple Music users. On her weekly podcast, she interviews friends and celebrities of all kinds. And she started by interviewing her husband about marriage and being the president. Basically the most boring stuff ever for a 12-year-old. Also, I know this isn't really the news, but I'm constantly confused about Michelle Obama's biography. I know what it's about, but what is the title? Is it Becoming Michelle Obama or just Becoming by Michelle Obama? Please leave a comment down below telling me the answer, because I literally have no idea. Okay, moving along. Kids' television has changed a lot during quarantine. Recently, Disney has released a new Muppet show called Muppets Now on Disney+, their streaming platform. And it turns out this show is an improv show of all things. It's actually legit funny, and I laughed really hard when I watched it. There's also some really cool celebrity appearances on there. I totally recommend it. Also recently, Sesame Street had a video conferencing episode, which is a sentence I never thought I would say. This led many people to wonder, how was Sesame Street created during quarantine? I mean, if SNL and Disney can do it, Sesame Street can do it too, right? Well, it's pretty easy to set up the cameras and the recording devices, but there are a lot of challenges when it comes to filming Sesame Street. Like, how do the performers set up their puppets or social distance when it takes 2 people to operate both of Cookie Monster's arms? And as it turns out, the performer's family helped them operate the puppets, which is really funny. Hey honey, can you help me move Elmo's left leg? And the news is over. But we still have a couple of things left to do, including our news segment, A Bit of the Week. Each week, I'll try my best at stand-up. So, without further ado, The Late Morning Show presents Bit of the Week. Highlighting the Sam's Bedroom Comedy Club is Sam Stavchansky. Hello everyone, hi. Okay, I have one question. Do you guys know the last name Johnson, as in son of John? This name really confuses me. Like, how narcissistic does this John guy have to be to make their family's last name son of them? He's like, I'm so great that my whole family for the rest of eternity, including females, will have the last name son of me. And thus the name was created. And this John guy, he got around. Like, there are a lot of people named Johnson. He must have been very popular with the ladies. You know, there must have been one person in history actually named John Johnson. I really want to meet them. They're probably a cool dude. You know, I actually Googled them up, and it turns out John Johnson is an NFL player for the Rams. And this guy's name is John Johnson III. This means there were 3 separate people named John Johnson. I don't know what the great-grandma was thinking. Okay, that's all for today, folks. Have a good morning. Wow, that was fun. So next up, let's copy late-night TV even more by having an interview. Today I'm going to interview Dr. Frank Miller, a doctor from Chattanooga, Tennessee, who may or may not be my grandpa. But that's besides the point. Let's get into the interview. Hello, everyone. So I am here with Dr. Frank Miller, who may or may not be my grandpa, but today
I am.
So today we're going to talk about, you know, what's happening in the world with the coronavirus, and yeah, he's a doctor, so he has firsthand experience with this stuff. So how has the coronavirus like affected you as a doctor?
Well, I'm a kidney doctor, and I make rounds in a dialysis clinic, and we've had some possible exposures, and in fact, there was one time that I thought I might have had a big exposure to it, and I was in quarantine for 6 days, but it took 6 days to get the report back that the person was negative.
So like what was like the experience kind of, you know, like when you were working in there, like what was the, you know, like kind of atmosphere, I guess, is what I'm wondering.
Well, it was an atmosphere of everybody taking the best care that they could, everybody wearing masks, the staff, the patients, everybody, because nobody wants to get the virus who's at a dialysis clinic.
So one question that is 100% on everyone's mind, because, you know, they're stuck in quarantine, you know, they're stuck in this hole, you know, they're always stuck in their house, is do you know when a vaccine will come out?
Well, they're speculating perhaps towards the end of the year or
End of
first of
2020.
next year.
Okay.
And, you know, that's what it's going to take to make things safer for everybody to get out and return to what we would call normal activities. But then they have to distribute the vaccine, get everyone vaccinated, and we still don't know how long the vaccine will be effective. So we have a lot of things to learn yet.
Yeah, of course. So after a vaccine gets developed, how long do you think it's going to take for for everyone to get the vaccine and then for like everything to be normal again?
For everything to be normal again, I think we're going on probably at least another year because we got the vaccine out, and it's not going to be to the entire population probably for 6 to 8 months, I would imagine. And then there will be people who don't want to get the vaccine, which is crazy. But, you know, I understand they push through the vaccine without the usual safety features built in. And so we don't know 100% if a vaccine is safe or not. And for our final question, do you have any health tips for my viewers watching this? Well, I think, of course, wear a mask when you're out in public and if you're near people. You need to wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. They're talking about, you know, keeping a distance of 6 feet. I would encourage 8 to 10 feet, in my personal opinion. I think the further, the better. Yeah. It's common sense. Yeah, it's common sense. And, you know, I think I think the people watching my channel are very smart because, you know, they looked in the Week Junior and was like, oh, look at this guy. You know, he's probably cool. We should go to his channel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. You know, thank you very much for sitting, you know, down with me, you know, even if we live in like different states and, you know, it's over the internet, you know, it's still good to talk to someone, especially, you know, a professional like you. So yeah, it really helped. Yeah. It was my pleasure to be of help, and I hope that that people will pay attention to this and be safe. That's the main thing. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's go back to Sam at the desk.
Thank you, Interview Sam. And that's all for today's episode of The Late Morning Show. These episodes take so long to make, so it would really help if you guys could leave a like under the video and subscribe to me if you already haven't. Because as it turns out, most people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm your host, Sam Stochansky, signing out. DFTBA.
This video is over now. You'll find something else to watch, or just watch this video again. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this end screen forever. No. This video is over now, So why are you still watching this? Do you not have anything else? I have lots of other videos.
And as it turns out, the performers... oh my god. That was literally like the worst voice crack I've ever had. Oh my god.